won't none! You don't want none!
What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ the Tar Heel, and welcome to the men's department of Carolina basketball. And in this huddle, dude, we're going to talk about the number 16 North Carolina Tar Heels Tuesday night matchup against the undefeated Bonnies of St. Bonaventure in the Skechers Fort Myers tip-off. First game away from home for our Tar Heels. Now, very quickly, man, little history lesson to start things off, if you will. What is a Bonnie? Some of you may be asking yourself. Well, in the earlier years of their athletics program, they were actually known as the Alleghenies, and then they derived the name the Brownies. Did I mention to like, share, and subscribe to the channel? Now, St. Bonaventure was represented by the Brown Indians. That's why they sport the colors brown and white. Starting in the fall of 1927, and the Seneca Nation, which is actually located close to the university in Salamanca, New York, they found the title to be a sense of pride. Now, the wolf mascot that they have has ties to their Franciscan tradition, if you will, that the friars of the school live upon. So legend has it that St. Francis of Assisi tamed a fierce wolf at Gubbio, Italy, man. And so they use the wolf as the mascot to represent the religious aspect of the school. Little edumacation for my fellow Tar Heels, and who couldn't like somebody that tames a wolf? I was thinking like it, bro. Carolina, by the way, are also tamers of the wolf. Shout out to a little bro over there in Raleigh. Now, this is the second game between the Tar Heels and the Bonnies all time. Fourth-ranked UNC defeated third-ranked St. Bonaventure 91-72 back in March of 1968 in Raleigh. That was in the NCAA East Region semifinal. All-American and ACC Player of the Year Larry Miller scored 27 points and had 16 dadgum boards. Charlie Scott scored 21, and Rusty Clark had 18, man. Huge game for the Bob Lanier, and Bill Butler led the Bonnies with 23 points apiece. Now, quick tail of the tape in this one. St. Bonaventure's averaging 78.4 points per game compared to Carolina's 88. Heels are only giving up 63.2 compared to the Bonnies' 68. And the Heels are averaging 9 more rebounds, 2 more assists, and actually an extra steal. Now, the Bonnies, like I said, they're entering this game 5-0. They're fresh off of a 75-61 win over Robert Morris, where a 6'8", 270-pound senior forward Frank Mitchell scored a game-high 19 points. And the kid, he can move, man. The Bonnies have 2 other players that are averaging double figures in scoring, to include 6'3", 185-pound senior guard Caden Charles, who's averaging 14.4 points per game, and then 5'11", 175-pound guard Daryl Simmons II, who's averaging 18.6. And this is a team that's, like I said, man, they got a little bit of juice, dude. They got a little bit of juice. Mitchell moves pretty well for a 270-pound guy. Looks like a defensive end out there. And the guards are smaller, maybe in size, but they can stink and hoop, bro. Especially Simmons, man. Especially Simmons. Now, Carolina is coming off of a less than desirable 73-61 win over Navy after being favored by 24.5 to open the game. At one point, that game had that lead, and then Navy went on a 15-0 run to end that thing before, Carolina actually made it a double-digit win. But it was less than desirable, if you will. Kayla Wilson has been absolutely phenomenal, bro, in all freaking caps. Luka's played okay offensively, but it seems like the Heels are still trying to find their stride, if you will, after losing Seth Trimble for a couple of months. Speaking of Kayla Wilson, bro, did you guys know that C-Dub has 103 points, 50 boards, 13 assists, 10 steals, and 9 blocks? In the last 50 years, okay, no other Tar Heel has compiled those totals in a 5-game stretch. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, doesn't stinking matter. Did you guys know that C-Dub is tied with Robert McAdoo for 5th all time with 103 points in his first 5 games, and he is the only freshman in Carolina history to score 20 points in his first 2. You are literally watching greatness, Tar Heel Nation, bro. Do not let that stinking go by you. Now, despite Caleb's greatness, here is the matchup that I actually want to watch in this one, okay? It's going to be Daryl Simmons II versus Cayenne Evans, okay? Now, I don't know if these guys are going to match up on each other, but I'm trying to think of who can actually match up with Simmons. Now, Simmons is averaging 18.6 points per game. Like I said previously, Evans is only averaging 8 points per game. Rebounds, 2.2 to 3.6 for Evans. Assists per game, 3 for Simmons. Evans is at 5.2, and Evans is only allowing 2 turnovers a game. Field goal percentage, Simmons is shooting at a high clip, man, 48% to Evans 41.2. 3-point percentage, Simmons 40.6 to Evans 32, and obviously Simmons is a really good free throw shooter. So I personally am going to be interested to see how the Heels match up against Simmons, you know, as he's an undersized guard, but he plays within himself, bro, and he actually lets the game come to him. Really good scorer, dude. And I personally want to see Cayenne, you know, offensively be a little more aggressive off of the dribble, trying to get to the middle of the floor against the Bonnies. Carolina has got to establish someone who can get to the middle of the floor off the dribble for the kickouts and the oops to Henry and Caleb. You know, Seth was really good at that. Really good at, you know, getting to the middle where the defense has to collapse. And I feel like out of all the guys that we have right now, Cayenne is probably the most capable of getting that job done in Seth's absence. Be honest with you, man, I think this is actually a closer game than Tar Heel Nation is going to be comfortable with. The ESPN matchup indicator gives the Heels an 84.9% chance of beating the Bonnies. And with Michigan State on Thanksgiving and a early December date with Kentucky on deck, bro, this is one that Carolina can ill afford to drop in the non-con. I think that Carolina gets this game. I think they get the job done, but it's one of those labor-intensive ones, man. This time maybe under stinking 10, bro. And I honestly don't know how I would feel about that. So you let me know what you think about this game down in the comment section. College basketball family and Tar Heel Nation, St. Bonaventure Nation. Watch party tomorrow at 6, man. So come hang out with your boy as the Heels visit the Sunshine State. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel on your way out, man. Go to hell, Duke. Go to hell, State. And we'll see you tomorrow, Tar Heel Nation. Go Heels.